It's the USL Championship Saturday night as the lights of Las Vegas visit the Republic FC in the capital of California. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Rob McAllister and with me is Adam Moffat. Tonight's contest brought to you by UC Davis Health. Well, much like the bulbs on the Las Vegas Strip, the lights are shining as bright as ever as a club from Sin City hopes to ride the coattails of the dazzling Danny Trejo in search of a road victory. Meanwhile, the Republic are perfect at Heart Health Park with 3 league wins and 2 U.S. Open Cup victories. This place has been a brutal stage for opponents looking to steal the show. Adam, how do the boys in Old Glory Red keep their blemish-free record at home?
What the Republic have been able to do at home so far this season is come out with the right mentality. Mark Briggs has spoke about it with these fans. Can you make this place a fortress? We've seen 7 goals, only 3 conceded. But tonight, against the Las Vegas team who like to put the ball in the back of the net themselves, we have to see a little more ruthlessness in front of the goal. And if they can do that, it could be 3 points.
Republic 10 points through 6 matches. Vegas has 13-8. No doubt this will be the price of admission. Kickoff is coming up next. Sacramento, Las Vegas.
This is the look of a little girl with big dreams, but only one last hope. A girl whose organs were shutting down as she was growing up. A girl who finally found her spotlight when she found her specialist. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. A woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
A 71-degree evening here at Heart Health Park, Las Vegas, Sacramento, going head-to-head in this USL Championship matchup. Our Western Health Advantage matchup of the evening. Let's begin with Rodrigo Lopez, the captain of this Republic side. His 300th professional career appearance tonight. Going to be key in the midfield.
After 300 games, and he is still the man to watch out for. Getting him on the ball centrally, higher up. That's what the Republic need to do to get success in that attacking half tonight.
He has 2 goals on the season, and of course he will be vital to this team's success throughout the rest of the year. How about this young man? Danny Trejo, the 23-year-old in the Central Valley is where he has grown. He is shining as a star in Las Vegas, leads the league in goals scored and assists. Got to keep an eye on him tonight.
Yeah, 6 goals, 4 assists. He is the man to watch out for on that Las Vegas Lights side. He can just make things happen, and he's full of confidence right now. And you see the runs he makes from deep when he's got that left foot on him, so keep an eye on him.
Starting 11 for Sacramento Republic, and a busy evening it will be for Lee Desmond and Dan Casey in that back line of 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, however you look at it. It's going to be an interesting lineup for Sacramento tonight as Dami Villader and Duke Lacroix, 2 players who really have sort of joined together and have a nice twosome going.
Those two are creating a good chemistry on that left-hand side. And we'll see Zico Lewis in there again. A lot more minutes for him.
And Nick Ross back healthy. Good to see him in the starting 11. For Las Vegas Lights, a couple key players with LAFC. So some guys who haven't got a lot of time will be in the lineup in a 4-5-1. Trejo up top, but also a very dangerous player. 1 goal, 1 assist on the year. Denny Crisostomo back with Las Vegas again. He is a crucial part to their success here in 2022. It will be Sacramento in Old Glory red headed to the south end of the field. It will be Las Vegas in white to the north. And it's Enrique Duran, their head coach, who's promoted as assistant from last year and his second season with the club. There's a referee, Brad Jensen, tonight on a beautiful evening. A little bit of wind. The Republic will head into the wind tonight as that whistle blows. And here we go from Heart Health Park. Rodrigo Lopez and company already into the attack and moving forward. A familiar face in the back line for Las Vegas, Declan Cannon, who spent 2 years here with Sacramento. He really has been a key part to this team and almost a coach on the field, as all of his experience will likely come to play. And Lee Desmond has to clear that out. Quick throw here for Las Vegas. 13 points for Vegas, 4 wins, 1 loss, 3 draws. A team that has been maybe the surprise of the USL so far, Adam.
I think it has been. Last year obviously was disappointing for them, and being affiliated with LAFC, there is a lot of players coming up and down, but they've had some continuity, and I think especially, you know, seeing Danny Trejo thrive this year has really helped them a lot.
Crisostomo play this one back. Antonio Lone out of Long Beach, 18-year-old. Cutting through. Las Vegas sending in Dan Casey, that newly shaved head after participating in St. Baldrick's awareness to race for childhood cancer. He was out there getting his head shaved. He's out on the pitch here tonight alongside Dan Casey's Lee Desmond. That pairing between those two, and Lee Desmond talked about it on the podcast with Connor Sutton on the breakaway, saying, you know, it almost seemed that instantly they had a nice connection and a good fit. He said Dan can be a little bit more aggressive, and I'm usually one who will get back in. So he said he's really enjoying the pairing, and these two have been vital to Sacramento's success so far this year.
They've both done really well. Both from Ireland. They knew of each other, didn't know each other, played against each other, but they have built a good chemistry. And as Lee said, it, you know, it's that balance they've got. You know, if Dan Casey's stepping up, Lee's covering, and that'll continue to grow as this early season keeps going.
And Desmond won the Irish Premier League in the Cup final, was the man of the match, and 4-3 win over PKs. Here's Luther Archimed. Help coming for Las Vegas, a little back heel, hit a little bit poorly, and so Robert Molina now moving upfield to the left side. Trejo, quick touch. Luis Felipe, team's MVP from a season ago. With no Matt LaGrassa out with injury, it will be Felipe and Nick Ross in those defensive mid roles. Looking to get in the corner for Zico Lewis. Here's Roro. Las Vegas Lights, quick touch. Quezada. So Las Vegas, best finish so far was a 2019 14th place finish. And they've already starting to look like this might be their best year in club history. Roro quickly to Zico. Lewis, another touch. Here's for Jack Gurr, and it's a little bit too soft for Tomas Romero.
And you see what Jack Gurr's trying, as it's great interchange by the Republic in and around the box of the Las Vegas Lights. And Jack Gurr's just trying to float that to the back post for Luther Archimed, who has a big height advantage. He was matched up there against Lara, so the idea is good, just the execution just off.
Turnover. Roro looking to play this forward to Archimed. Roro stuffed again by Crisostomo. Frank DeRoma led the team in minutes a year ago. Danny Trejo dumping it off. Good chance here for Las Vegas. Out comes Lee Desmond to make the stop, and Jack Gurr will concede the corner. Scary moments for Sacramento fans. Good defending to get back. But Las Vegas, that's how quick it can happen. They don't tend to put up a lot of shots each game, but they make the ones they do have count. And here's a good example of that on our Citizens Business Bank replay.
It all comes from that man, Danny Trejo, making the run straight away, and it was great recovery by Lee Desmond. Molina was the one who was through on goal. Desmond, we spoke about that cover, and he needed to be there at that moment.
Our Atlas corner kick. This one's low, headed down into the sun. And they'll redo it again, another Las Vegas corner.
But 4 minutes in, and that's twice Vegas Lights. As soon as they win that ball, Danny Trejo gets on his bike and he starts running, trying to stretch the field as quickly as possible. And that's how, if you look at most of his goals, that's how they're scored.
Back post this time. Out comes Vidiello, gets a paw on it. And Leon will chase it to the corner in a third straight for Las Vegas. Ninth meeting between these two sides. Sac with a 5-win, 1-loss, 2-tie advantage. The last win for Las Vegas coming back in 2019, a 4-2 victory where the Lights scored 3 goals in a matter of 10 minutes down at Cashman Field. But so far in this series, it's been a tough go for the Lights, as Republic have pretty much dominated throughout. This one's lofted through again, headed down sharply, and Vidiello's there just beyond the line and sends it away. Another corner kick, 4th already for Las Vegas.
That was a good ball, floated back in. It was Crisostomo, and I think it was
Bierschall
who was the one who attacked it, and it just skips off the ground. Good save by Vitiello, puts it around the post. It's another corner kick, and you'll see that flag is blowing. They want to put that right on top of Danny Vitiello.
And DeRoma sent it right back. I think Molina may have been offside as the flag went up. So it'll be a goal kick here for Vitiello, making his 5th appearance on the year. 9 saves, 5 goals against, a 1.2 goal against average for the veteran out of New York. Just 26 years of age and one of the best keepers in USL a couple of seasons ago. Sacramento getting him in the offseason. And along with Carlos Saldana, there has been quite a battle for the starting position between those two. Archimed holding to Nick Ross. It comes. Nick Ross going to get it right back, and the wind may have brought it in the wrong direction for Archimed, who was waiting underneath for it. Archimed getting the start with Douglas Martinez dealing with an ankle injury. Lacroix, Viader, here's Nico, and denied inside the box by Romero. Romero, some big-time stops for LAFC a season ago. 4 shutouts, 18 starts he made for the black and gold, a 1.5 goal against average.
The 3 lefties almost got it right there. You see, it's a great stop in the end by Romero, but what a combination. Duke Lacroix, Viader, Zico Lewis, corner kick Republic.
With Maxine Creepy getting the #1 spot for LAFC. Romero getting some time here with the Lights. Here's Rodrigo Lopez, dipping this back to Jack Gurr. Jack Gurr looking for one of those set-piece goals. Time and time again this season, we've seen some great looks from the right back Gurr, just unable to get it go again. And you feel like one of these are going to finally break, Adam, and we're going to be here to celebrate when it does.
Thought that was going to be his account open for Jack Gurr. And if we get another look at that set piece, that's something they've worked on at the training ground. We've seen loads of experimentation so far this season. And if you see that as well, that they're looking for that isolation as Jack Gurr breaks free again.
Flag will stay down, but Gurr unable to keep it in play. A throw for Las Vegas here. Jack Gurr out of Newcastle, England. Played with Atlanta United 2, 1 goals, 3 assists in 2020, and then went over to Scotland following Stephen Glass, who was the interim coach at Atlanta United. Here's Rodrigo Lopez trying to turn the corner on Lara, looking for a whistle, and it will be a goal kick off of Rodrigo Lopez. Well, the boys in Old Glory Red will take on New Mexico United this Wednesday, May 4th. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock. Tickets are available now, $15 at SacRepublicFC.com/tickets. Lara, a solid defender for Hartford Athletic last couple of seasons. Led the team in clearances, tackles in 2020, but just 13 games played in a shortened season. But a vital pickup on the back line paired with Declan Kane here in 2022. We've seen a lot of different lineups from this Las Vegas team and during preseason, and here's a good challenge here as they move forward. As Duke Lacroix now turning to the inside of the park. And with a bunch of different players coming and going for LAFC, they've had to change a bit what they do. We saw 5 in the back a couple of weeks ago. We've seen really 3 up top when Cal Jennings is able to play. Here tonight, it'll be Trejo really floating around the top with DeRoma looking to fill in. And Mark Briggs said early on in preseason, this was going to be a good team. This was not going to be the Las Vegas Lights of yesteryear. And so far, I think they've shown it.
They have shown it. 13 goals to their opening 8 matches. They have given up 13, so there is that. But I think the most impressive victory for them so far was that 1-0 victory they got over the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. That was a really mature performance for them. We've seen some 5-4 games, some 3-2, some 2-1s, but that to get a clean sheet against the Riverhounds, who are a real strong team in the East, that's the only defeat they've had all year. So that's definitely a moment for them where it's that maturation for that young team.
And it was, of course, Trejo in the 27th minute. Only 2 shots on target that night, but they'd only need that 1. And it was a .34 expected goal mark. Lowest for a home side this season. It actually resulted in a win. So no matter how they're doing it, Las Vegas is getting it done so far. Going to be a good challenge here for Republic, who have been dominant at home at Heart Health Park in 5 matches. They've taken everybody down, and a couple of teams have made it interesting, maybe late, but other than that, Republic have really had the advantage. Just getting the crowd behind them and leading to 3 wins in league play. Roro, quick touch to Nick Ross. Quezada.
Look for Danny Trejo just running in behind straight away. That final ball wasn't there at that moment, but that's what he's looking to do every single time, and that's why he's getting success this year. Archimed he went a little too early right there, and the linesman was on it, but right idea from him.
Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at SelectSportAmerica.com. Select, league's choice, player's choice. Played over the top. Republic waiting for the flag, and offside for Danny Trejo. Last matchup between these two sides, you have to go back to September 5th of last year, a 3-1 victory for Sacramento. Luis Felipe scoring in that match.
Real nice goal, if I remember correctly.
An own goal on DeRoma as well, although that was sort of a forced own goal. Christopher Jaime getting in on the action that night. Here comes Roro, a little bit of pressure. Luther Archimed. Quezada, and the pressure from behind. Sacramento quite dominant against this Las Vegas side here at home. In 4 matches, they've allowed just 2 goals to the visitors. It's been a tough place to play as Kanan and Archimed collide, and maybe the savvy veteran move from Deckel at 37 knows that to slow it down a youngster like Luther Archimed, it's 22 years of age, maybe to use your body a little bit and catch him off guard, and did just that.
Yeah, I think he's been watching the NBA playoffs there. It was a pick, is that what that one's called? That was a classic pick there by Deckel.
Deckel, of course, playing here in 19 and 20, and a guy that everyone in the locker room really respected. Obviously, he's had some great run in English Premier League, played in Israel, won 2 league titles there. It's been a UEFA Cup matches, Champions League. And when he came to Sacramento, as a guy that I think a lot of people were interested to see how he could perform. And I think what he did off the field and in the locker room was probably more vital than anything. You're seeing it continue here with Las Vegas in year 2.
What a valuable asset he was to this club, to the players, and likewise for Las Vegas Lights. I have never heard one bad word about him, right? And it's a credit to him. He's probably the most professional guy who's come through this organization for the age he was at, and he just showed what it means to be a professional, and real credit to him. He's a fantastic guy, and what a wonderful example for these Vegas Lights players.
And he's taken on a bigger role at this club too. And he's not only just playing out there teaching the guys on the pitch, he's really been involved in LAFC, and you'd likely see that Deckel somewhere is going to have a career probably in coaching or front office at some point. A great mind for the game. It's good to see him. He's still out on the pitch.
It's great to see him. I was texting with him this week and just telling him it's just great to see he's still out there, and he's older than me as well. He's even makes me feel bad. We see Duke Lacroix once again getting down that left-hand side.
And credit to his fitness level, right? He's probably not moving like he did as a late 20-something, but at 37, he's still out there. Sacramento is still trying to put the pressure on this Las Vegas Lights team. Heading into the wind here, it's about 10+ miles an hour. Jekker is going to float this up to Archimed. Keenan will get to it and head it away for DeRoma. They're just trying to spring Trejo forward here, and Lee Desmond will send it to the VIP. We mentioned earlier, 6 goals, 4 assists, tops USL for Danny Trejo. Also leading the team in shots at 16. He is a guy who's going to be aggressive for this club and someone they're going to need to keep an eye on all evening long. Well, the USL Championship returns to ESPN2 as the back-to-back Eastern Conference title holders Tampa Bay Rowdies head west to take on high-powered Phoenix Rising. That is the May 15th on Sunday, 6 o'clock Pacific on ESPN2. And a big defeat to Tampa Bay earlier as they fall to San Diego, even though they were up in that game, I believe 2-1, fell 3-2 at the final there. Little nifty move here by Trejo. To his left it goes, to his right one more time. One-handed save, follow-up by Las Vegas. And it's 1-0 visitors early here as they score just their 3rd goal ever in Heart Health Park.
Roberto Molina is the man who puts the final touch to it, but it comes from Danny Trejo. He wriggles free in the corner. Defensively, he got a little bit stronger for Sacramento. Gets free, and it's a good shot on goal. Danny Vitiello's. You see, just can't get enough of a hand on here. And as the build-up happens, he's just so elusive. Trejo, you think you have him, he gets through, and that rebound just falls right in the path of the man who was ready for it, Molina.
So Danny Trejo now has been involved in at least 10 goals in some way.
We spoke about before the match, we knew the Republic, to get a win here tonight, would need to score multiple goals. They've created opportunities and they go straight up then and get a corner kick, which is great. They've created several opportunities the last 2 games. They just haven't been able to provide that finishing touch. And we spoke about it coming in. 1 goal might not get you a victory against the Las Vegas Lights, who can put the ball in the back of the net quite easily. So nothing's really changed. They have to be positive. They have to create more opportunities, and they have to put them away.
Ball lifted back. Here's a chance. Gurr can't get to it on the other end. Up was Luis Felipe as well. Now look at the counter. Crisostomo and company flying downfield. DeRoma on that right wing. Center channels Trejo, and Vitiello comes out and picks it up and may look to go quickly the other way. Things have been surprising about Las Vegas is they're quick. They're on that first front foot and they are ready to go and getting back into the attack. And we've seen it a couple times tonight. And early on, already resulting in a 17th minute goal by Roberto Molina, his first on the year. Archimed, a little bit of space, looking to fill in. It's Villader. Lacroix is there. Here's Luis Felipe, lets it through to Roro. Roro, and he's tackled down by Molina. And a free kick coming for Sacramento. And now Deckel Keenan helping Roro out with a spot and letting him know where he needs to put this ball down. But into the wind makes it a little bit more difficult here for Sacramento.
It sure does, and smart play by Roro. He knew the challenge was there, and it's no doubt a foul by Molina. But you see Deckel Keenan, that's the experience. He knows Roro's one of the best free kick takers in the league. He comes up and makes sure, let's push that back 2-3 yards, make it as hard as possible for this guy. as you mentioned, Rob, it's into the wind, so it is a little bit more difficult, but why not go for it if you're Rodrigo Lopez?
May hang up is Lee Desmond. Quite good up in the air. Dan Casey is as well. This one's chipped up. Here's a chance for Luis Felipe. Comes right back. Sacramento saved by Romero. And likely would have been just off the mark anyway. But Romero now picking up 3 shots from Sacramento. And Zico Lewis, who was a little bit slow to start this season, a little bit of an issue with the visa, and he is now on the pitch. See if he can make an impact. One of the better players in the Eastern Conference the last couple of years. Outstretched there, unable to get there is Quezada from Lancaster, California, sliding down this inside pocket. DeRoma's off to the left now. You'll see DeRoma interchange quite a bit as Trejo comes back out. Little 3-man game, Crisostomo. Sliding through, a good pick here. Playing it forward. Felipe finding Archimed, and now Rodrigo Lopez has it. Wide open space here. A little bit of room here for Archimed. Archimed goes to his right, tries to cut it across face of goal, and it just missed wide. And it'll be a goal kick for Las Vegas. Good build up there. Great patience from Rodrigo Lopez.
It was good play by Rodrigo Lopez. It's the pass he plays in Archimed just invites him to go forward with it. And initially it was Luis Felipe who won that ball, springing in on Archimed's feet. And you see Luther Archimed, he doesn't have much help, decides to go trying to sneak it in the far post and just drags it a little too wide.
Sacramento, a little bit of pressure here as Tomas Romero. As Romero came to LAFC, acquired from Philadelphia Union, $50K in allocation money. Spent most of his time with Bethlehem Steel in those years with Philadelphia. Again, a really good opportunity last year with LAFC. Now he's trying to make a difference on this Lights team, who is looking to pick up their 5th win on the year. It would be a big one here in Sacramento as a club that has been dominant at Heart Health Park this season so far. Trejo lets it slide through. Desmond will try to spring something forward, and Crisostomo is there. Well, don't miss your last chance to become a 2022 season ticket member and take advantage of exclusive member pricing and benefits for the rest of the season. Scan the QR code or head to sacrepublicfc.com/season tickets for more information. Lara plays this one forward. Quezada. And now back to Lara again. Lara, Los Angeles native. And Archimed and Romero come together inside the 18. As Archimed showing a little bit of skill there.
A little risky by Romero, and he's fortunate Archimed doesn't get a good touch on that, take it round him. Good pressure though by Luther Archimed, just making it as hard as possible, and it's not far away from taking that ball up. And once again, here go Las Vegas Lights.
Zico Lewis, a little bit pressure from Molina behind. Zico off to Archimed. Archimed looking for a clean look. We'll try to send it back, almost deflected in. It just is off that front post there. And nearly a kiss-in goal for Sacramento as it remains 1-0 Las Vegas, but inches away from tying this up here.
It comes about winning the ball and getting forward quickly. Zico Lewis committing defenders, opens it up for Archimed, and Deco Keenan almost comes off his heel and in that near post. And it's another corner kick for the Republic.
And that is a perfect example of what Zico Lewis can bring to this team. Here's Rodrigo Lopez. This one's a bullet inside, headed away by Las Vegas. Waiting for it is Gurr underneath, hoping to get a foul call. Las Vegas won't get it, but they will get the counterattack here as they're now springing forward. Here's the man with the game's lone goal, Roberto Molina. El Salvadorian started at UC Irvine for 1 season before turning pro. And got his first goal this year. He was just a freshman, made 19 appearances, had 3 goals, 3 assists. And then because of 2020's cancellation of the COVID, the season was wiped out. And so he decided maybe it was a chance to move forward. LAFC decided to, hey, let's give him a shot. Unfortunately now, Colorado Rapids drafted him 45th overall in this year's draft and now own the rights to him. So they could recall Molina at any moment. interesting because this is LAFC's affiliate, a sense, in a partnership here, and one of the key guys is now could be joining Colorado, as Nick Ross is down on the turf and will take a moment to get up. As Brad Jensen goes and has a conversation, looks like the training staff might be coming out to take a look at Nick Ross. And Emil Quayle could be getting ready on the sideline, as a few other midfielders as well, if he can't continue.
It's not a good sight there. Nick Ross, he's missed a game recently due to an injury, and anytime a guy gets back, it's great to see him back in that starting lineup tonight, but that could be the end of his night, and I think he knows it.
Maybe feels a little bit of a tightness, it looks, from the mouthing, and I don't know if you actually had any contact here. Meanwhile, Zico Lewis will come to the sideline here. Okay, so the early goal, Trejo clearly involved. A nice one-handed save by Vidiello, but Roberto Molina right there. Defensively, Sacramento's had a couple lapses now in a row. You saw it against RGV. Ended up being a goal late, which Mark Briggs called an unbelievably unacceptable and disgraceful goal. He said the guys in the locker room obviously were furious. They have a really good bond, but the guys were really voicing their opinions, to put it mildly, after that goal late, which led to a 2-1 defeat. Now we kind of see something similar here. We're not getting back again. Is this a problem? Is this just once in a lifetime kind of thing happens during the season?
Trejo's a very difficult player to play against, and we saw he was a little crafty there. I think defensively they could have been stronger against him, and then obviously going back to the last match, I think that was just so deflating. Tough environment last week against RGV with the wind, the travel, all that. So you come away with a tie, you're happy. You've gone all the way. But to lose in the fashion they did, obviously the communication between Vitiello and Keko, risky play, and then you come away with nothing. Really, really disappointing, and I know those players felt it. So to come out and give a goal away like that, it will disappoint them. And again, it might take Mark Briggs at halftime reminding them, hey, we haven't lost here at home. Clean it up.
Ball served in, Vidiello, and a collision is Duke Lacroix, a little bit shouldered of Deroma. Frank Deroma, a very feisty player. He's going to cut in. He has 2 assists on the year. And one of the more consistent players for this Lights team in 2021. Valladere. He's got space on the side. It's Jack Gurr. Waiting for his Zeke Lewis. It'll go to Zico. Zico will let it through. A little quick give and go. Here's Zico! And it's deflected. Deco Kanan may have gotten a foot on it. Looks like he did. It'll be a corner kick for Sacramento. Great combination. We've seen Robo really starting to pair with guys. Saw good combination with Keko in recent matches. This one here to Zico Lewis. Good to see. Let's see if Republic can capitalize on this one here. Up goes Sacramento, as does Las Vegas. They get ahead to it first and come back to Roro. Here's Gurr lofting this one, back post. Lee Desmond waiting for it and bouncing around, and Crisostomo will send this upfield. Lacroix back out left again. Valladere, look at this one for Dan Casey, colliding with, looks like Deco Kanan, and both players are on the ground. The referee will stop play as both are slow to get up, and Archimed was looking to make a move, but the whistle came in before. And Dan Casey is, let me check in his nose here, maybe see if there's any blood here, but a big collision between 2 veteran players.
And we'll go back to that combination between Zico Lewis. You see Jack Gurr looks to the feet of Zico Lewis. That's a clever play that he brings, him and Roro, the combination, and Deco Keenan once again putting his body in front. And then that clash of heads is a good ball by Dami Valladere. Deco Keenan's always the man involved. Dan Casey likewise.
It was the second hit, I think, with Beershaw that really maybe knocked Casey a little bit loose there. Looks like his teeth are all intact and he'll be okay, but good news, Nick Ross going to check back into this game. So Republic will play with just 10 men there for a moment. But he has been cleared and he will be back in. But look at that, Deco Kanan twice now tonight involved in what could have been a scoring opportunity for Sacramento. Now the 4th official, Robert Vince, is maybe calling Dan Casey off the pitch to take a look. And how come, and the question would be, why would Deco Kanan not be called off? And that's what Mark is exactly arguing. So it would be a temporary advantage for Las Vegas, and that is quite the concern for Rodrigo Lopez, who's now having a conversation and wants one of the lights players off the pitch. And that's Beershaw. And now Rodrigo Lopez is being shoved as Trejo and Daroma come face to face with the veteran. And now everybody's going to have a visit with Rodrigo Lopez. And Deckel, the longtime veteran, pulling this one away. And Roro is booked here in the 30th minute. So the first yellow card to the captain for Sacramento.
That's I see his frustration. We get a good enough look at that, but it seemed like they were going to make Dan Casey step off the field, watch the other player who received treatment for a knock to the head was going to stay on. So I see his frustration, and he'll be disappointed to get that yellow card there.
Lee Desmond, Roro playing this forward. Archimed would have been onside. It looks like Lara would have been keeping him on. Either way, it goes to Las Vegas, and now Zico Lewis flying up to the pitch here. Off to Quezada. Quezada made his MLS debut. A match against Sporting KC in August was a 4-1 loss, one of the worst defeats for LAFC last year. But you look around the roster of lights here, and these are a lot of young guys getting some MLS minutes, big time and opportunities with Rod Badley a year ago. Now it's going to be Steve Cherundolo here in 2022. And it's interesting to see how many key players, Kyle Jennings, Danny Mazoski, getting some opportunities. Traore not in the lineup again here tonight as well. So they'll see who they put out against Minnesota in LAFC's match tomorrow night. Playing it forward. Here's an opportunity. Over the top it goes to Molina. And Molina will watch this overlap run. Here's a ball to the center of the pitch. Finds the foot of Felipe. And now turning is Rodrigo Lopez. Lopez looking for Zico. We'll learn from the best this summer at our Republic FC summer camps and clinics presented by Rayleigh's. With 10 camps across the region, there's something for every kid to enjoy. In addition to skills and lifelong memories, every camper will take home a t-shirt, ball, and a free ticket to an upcoming match. Desmond looking to float this over the top to Archimed. Vallader into the mix. Lopez not there. Crisostomo. Crisostomo just a little bit late there, trying to find Almaguer. Trejo, 6 goals, 4 assists, chopped down, no call coming. Was hoping for something there. Zico Lewis will play this back to Lee Desmond. Casey, through the middle it goes, keeps it low on the ground. A quick touch here for Gurr on the right side. Out wide he comes, looking to cut back in. He'll float this one over the top, just too heavy. And it comes right back to Leon. Last touch by Sacramento, a throw forward the lights. And Danny Trejo was drafted by LAFC, going to be a big part of the light squad in 2021. Unfortunately, suffered a torn quad muscle to start the year. Missed the first 16 games of the season. Really hurt this Las Vegas side, who really needed some firepower up top. They went on to go 6-23-3. A really tough 2021, no doubt about it. Meanwhile, Trejo vowed to come back stronger, and he really wanted to prove to everybody that not only did he get just a half a season to show what he could do, he never felt like he was fully comfortable and fit and ready to go. And as a young player, first time playing professionally, he said in 2022, I'm now motivated to come back and show everyone, league coaches, other players, that I'm going to be one of the top players in the league. You've dealt that with the player, starting a year, injured. It's really hard to come in. We saw it even with Malik Foster a season ago, as there's a substitution as Nick Ross comes off the pitch and Emil Quayle comes in. To get fully fit is really a team is hard to catch up toward the end of the season.
It really is, and it's a credit to him for the work he's put in the offseason, and just the mentality as well, just the right attitude of playing with that little bit of chip on your shoulder and knowing that you have more to prove. And he's certainly done that so far early in this season and early in this game here.
This one will bounce to Vidiello. Trejo, the USL March Player of the Month, 3 goals, 3 assists. Part of that was the fantastic performance they had against El Paso. Look at Archimed going against Deckel. Deckel just undercutting, and the flag goes up on Archimed, and now Deckel and Archimed having a few words. And a savvy veteran move there to draw the foul. I don't know if there was much there.
He just knows what he's doing. He's, again, we spoke about his age. It's the amount of games he has played, and just those little things he does just to give his team the edge.
Lara will look to switch the field. Duke Lacroix coming up quickly to Deroma. Deroma trying to find this ball at his feet, able to get past Lee Desmond for a moment as Lee Desmond tracks back with Lacroix. Felipe in the middle to Almaguer comes, a 21-year-old out of Dallas. Playing his first USL Championship season. Almaguer was North Texas FC, USL League One, nearly 60 appearances. Helped them with a first place finish in 2019, but getting a look here with Las Vegas in the championship. Roro's going to put this ball just over the top and head of Leon. And Viader is able to get this corner kick for Sacramento. Into the wind here, a little bit more difficult as a ball, but does it also maybe lift the ball up a little higher and give Sacramento a chance to maybe head this one in?
They've been close on these set pieces so far, and again, you want to give those guys a chance. What we've seen a lot right here is Jack Gurr coming around the back post and almost got on the end of a few.
Roro topped away, Sacramento's Dan Casey, Johnny on the spot. Romero couldn't handle it, and Casey's able to put it in the back of the net, and it's all tied here in Sacramento in the 37th minute.
Dan Casey provides the final touch, and looking at the corner kick, it's probably the weakest one so far. There's no one near the ball. Roro puts it in, there's no one there, but it falls right into the path of Dan Casey. He applies that finishing touch right over the head of Deckel Kanan, and 1-1. Sacramento always find a way to get back in the game.
Almost a lesson in fundamentals too. Didn't try to make a big swing at it, just got a little toe poke on it into the back of the net. Here we are tied at Heart Health Park 1-1. And now a little bounce to the audience here, a little momentum maybe swinging here for Sacramento. Drums playing a little bit louder, the fans a little bit louder. Can they turn this into another goal here in the final few minutes of this first half of action? Molina scored first. He got one the 17th minute on a rebound that came from a Danny Trejo shot. And now here, a slap away from Tomas Romero. And it's the 14th goal this Las Vegas Lights team has allowed this season. Gurr waiting for it. Here's Emil Cuello, who just checked in for the injured Nick Ross. Off the chest from Trejo to Molina again. Little understep here. Cutting back through, finding Trejo again. Down goes Jack Gurr, and it'll be off his right leg and out of play. And another corner kick by Atlas Disposal coming your way for Las Vegas. We've seen how dangerous Danny Trejo has been this year. He also does have a Cal High State record, 200 career goals. He was no academies where he lived in Mendota, which is about maybe 15-20 minutes west of Fresno. So he played high school soccer. You know what, a turning out okay. This ball's lifted back post. Good look here for Las Vegas. Molina to his left foot. Molina's going to go over the bar and into the stands. Great patience from the 21-year-old, and Rodrigo Lopez may have cut it off just enough and got in his face and not able to get a clean look at it. And so Sacramento's goal kick coming here.
It looks like Rodrigo Lopez does get a little touch on that. You can see Molina's disappointed he doesn't get a corner kick. Yeah, for sure blocked that. Well done, Roro.
Roro's looked so good so far for Sacramento this year. Of course, has the 2 goals, but could have more if he allowed his own PKs He gave him up to his strikers instead. Now Cuello's running on this right side, and a battling ensuing, both holding. It's Cuello who will be then called for it, and the crowd does not like it, as Quezada is able to earn the whistle from the assistant referee.
It was a good opportunity for the Republic, but it was that ball from Jack Gurr was on his left foot, but he's got to put that in front of Emil Cuello. Send him on his way. Then he's driving forward. Just slowed him down a little bit. Here goes Archimed.
Great hustle from Archimed, and a whistle comes in. Maybe a foul to pop up on Deckel's hand.
I think the referee maybe called that foul, and Sacramento looks to go quick.
Quick start. Cuello keeps it in play just inside the line. Cuello with the left foot, a big swing, and it's off of Las Vegas. A corner kick coming. It's one of my biggest pet peeves in USL Championship is the pace that things never seem to go. It's always a little bit too long. Well, this Republic team is moving fast.
Trying to catch them off guard there, the lights, and it was really good defending then by Alex Lara.
Roro lofting this one back. Archimed is there, gets a shoulder to it, maybe part of his head. Not able to clearly direct it on frame. And Viadair will flip this ball right back in, takes a deflection off of Las Vegas. And Sacramento hoping for a handball. And as the hand goes out, the yellow card is issued to Frank DeRoma, and his first yellow of the night, and no surprise there. He led this Las Vegas team in yellow cards a season ago. In some fairness, he played more minutes than anybody else on this Las Vegas side.
Just stretches that hand out there, and any time it's out with your body right there.
It looked like a little bit of a reach.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a tough one. You obviously don't want to just get hit in the face, right? So you can see he's got his arms up, but a little unorthodox in his position, his body shape there.
You have to think about a life outside of soccer sometimes, and with Instagram and all the social media stars nowadays, Adam.
Yeah,
a little bit different than your time.
Yeah,
yes. Rodrigo Lopez lofting this one, takes a little bit of a drop down just before goal. Here's Lacroix able to keep possession for Republic. Gurr, ball. Here's come Dan Casey again. Dan Casey looking for a brace. Denied by Tomas Romero. Molina turning upfield, going to play this into some space. Gurr needs to get in front of Trejo, and does.
Dan Casey's opportunity, and he's connected so well with his header. Can't connect much better, and comfortable enough for Romero on the end. It'd be really tough to find the back of the net from where Casey was, but good to see him getting involved in the attack.
Maybe should have shaved his head earlier. You're going to see a really great piece at halftime. You don't want to miss this about the St. Baldrick's afternoon, where people from all the community shaving their head for a good cause, and several Republic players out there. And Lacroix and Dan Casey, a couple of those guys. And it turned out well for Casey, who's already got a goal tonight. Quezada back centrally to Crisostomo. Molina looking to turn the corner, and Cuello a little bit of a push off just to get him enough. And here's Dan Casey, a dangerous ball towards center. Zico Lewis needs to come back. Almaguer comes away with it, but now it's Sacramento on the run. Zico showing his pace. They've got numbers to the right, numbers up top. Zico Lewis may go all the way. Zico Lewis is chopped down, and the whistle will come, and a yellow card will be shown. Deckel Kanan will see it, and it may just be outside of the penalty area. Not quite sure that will be in the box. We'll have to look at what this replay will show, but Deckel Kanan and everybody, and Zico Lewis doing a nice job drawing the penalty here.
We've wanted to see more of this from Zico Lewis, and that's what he can bring. So exciting, driving with the ball, and what he does, he just draws the defenders in. So then you see the runs coming off of it, and no doubt a foul, and it's just on the edge of the box. And it was Leon, I believe, who ended up the one getting the yellow card for that.
Yeah, both there. It's going to be hard. So not quite sure exactly who that yellow was shown to. And it looks like officially it could be Deckel here. Either way, Las Vegas is one of their backline players. Has been shown yellow in a good spot here for none other than the legend, Rodrigo Lopez, who, of course, we have seen magic from this spot before, going back to 2014, down 2-0 to Los Angeles Galaxy 2 in the Western Conference Final. Rodrigo Lopez sets one up perfectly, and 3 set-piece goals moves the Republic on. So it could be Emil Cuello here as well. Either way, a good look, right or left for Sacramento. Tomas Romero towing the line. He's in the center of the box here, giving directions to his players in front of him. Republic maybe looking for a rebound. Dan Casey on your short end here. It's going to be Roro. Roro will take himself. Here's the rebound chance. Dan Casey just a bit misstruck. And it will be a goal kick here, but inches away from sneaking through that far post for Rodrigo Lopez. 2014 MVP nearly does it again for Sacramento. What a ball and what a save by Romero.
And it falls to Casey. It falls nicely for Casey, and he just gets underneath that ball there. But
almost like there's some backspin on it here.
Yeah, lots of backspin on there. He just catches the bottom of the ball. But once again, these set pieces are providing good opportunities for the Republic.
Well, 5 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards Program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com. Cuello. Taken away by Archimed. Archimed quite busy up top. He's been physical. Shown some pace. Got open a little. Ball through to Zico. Quick touch to Gurr. That's what Zico will bring for you. The right back sending this one to Cuello. Cuello just not able to get around on it. And it runs up the leg and out of play. It'll be a deep throw for Las Vegas. And now we're starting to see the Zico Lewis that we were hoping for with the offseason signing.
That's just what he can bring. He can drive with the ball, or he can do just what we saw right there. One touch. Just quickly flips that ball out wide to Jack Gurr and creates another chance.
Well, join the charge for a clean power city at cleanpowercity.org. Las Vegas drawing with LA Galaxy 2 last weekend. Crisostomo had a goal in a 1-1 draw. Eric Lopez with a fantastic save. Would have been a win as Danny Trejo had a really good look on goal, but Lopez able to make a big time stop and one of maybe the save of the weekend. So just a massive play from the Galaxy keeper. Otherwise, this Las Vegas team probably already has their 5th win on the season. Trejo trying to make something happen. It will be a throw for Sacramento as the temperature's starting to dip a little bit here. It's almost ice cream weather, Adam, and I cannot wait until we get some Crystal Creamery ice cream, the freshest dairy from the Central Valley since 1901. Kind of, you a vanilla guy? You a chocolate ice cream? You get a specialty? What's your flavor here, Adam Moffat?
I'm a chocolate guy.
Yeah, I mean, no one just wants vanilla. You got to put chocolate syrup.
My wife's peanut butter, but okay. I never grew up on peanut butter. It's not as big over in Scotland as it is here in the U.S.
Is it
peanut
banned there? What's the deal?
Is it bad? I don't know, but yeah, that's a good point. Maybe it is. Maybe there's some history there. We can check that out online. But yeah, chocolate for me.
When it gets a little warmer on these summer nights, I hope they bring some up to the booth here, because we'll happily take a free sample.
Yeah,
you have to try it.
What about yourself? I never asked.
I would say chocolate. I mean, if you go vanilla, you got to go chocolate syrup. So I think if you're getting a topping, but a cookie dough is always hard to beat.
Yeah,
you know, you got to.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Oh, this game on here. I forgot about that there. You got distracted.
Salivating up in the booth. Dan Casey has a bit of a challenge ball here as Trejo's going to come shoulder to shoulder. Look at Trejo still trying to make a play on as Dan Casey was holding on to him. And Danny Vidiello just waiting patiently for that.
He's so opportunistic, Danny Trejo. You see, that's just a long boot by Declan Keenan getting out of any hazardous opportunity. Their way at the back there, but Danny Trejo just doesn't give up on it. He's like, why not? Dan Casey's going to struggle with this. I'll get right in about him.
Zico Lewis, combination with Cuello. Viader to his left. Ziegel make it to his left. He's going to go for a goal himself. Just sprays it a bit wide. And a goal kick for Las Vegas. Well, registration now open May 2nd, 3rd, Republic FC Academy. Hosting elite youth soccer players to earn a spot in the region's only youth development program. That 2 days tryouts, U13 to U17. Go to the website and sign up your child today if you feel like they have what it takes to take their game to the next level. Meanwhile, here in Sacramento, Las Vegas tied at 1. Dan Casey on a set piece gets the rebound after a stop by Tomas Romero. That was in 36, but prior to that, Roberto Molina with the game's first goal in the 17th minute. So that's how we'll end here. 45 minutes and 5 minutes of stoppage time at Heart Health Park. The Lights able to get in and get their 3rd goal in their 5th visit against Sacramento here. They are trying to be one of the best teams in USL, long ways away from what we would have thought in preseason, but the Lights have shown up big. Meanwhile, Sacramento trying to hold on to that perfect home record. We got 45 minutes still to play. Big halftime show coming up as well. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
This is the look of a boy who had no hope of walking. A boy who had his spine rebuilt before he was born. A boy who now stays on his feet and keeps mom on her toes. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. A woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
It's the Modelo halftime show, tied at 1, Sacramento, Las Vegas, 1-1 between these two sides, Molina and Casey with goals. Well, earlier this week, Dan Casey and some of the other Republic players participated in the St. Baldrick's event that raised awareness and money for pediatric cancer research at Mulvaney's in Sacramento. What an evening it was, and a lot of hair cutting it was as well.
Keaton's Child Cancer Alliance is so thrilled to partner with Mulvaney's BNL and the DeVeers family to have our 13th annual Brave the Shave fundraiser. Over 80 folks today are braving the shave to raise funds for pediatric cancer research locally and nationally. One of our very special partners, the Sacramento Republic FC, are here today supporting us as well. To see the community and these professional athletes come alongside our kiddos means so much. They are making pediatric cancer awareness huge within our community, and we're so grateful for their support.
I'm feeling excited. It's going to be fun. It's for a great cause, so, you know, good vibes all around.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince the people that I know that I'm going to look different for a while. Get used to a slightly different, more hairless face. But it's, a great opportunity to support a great cause at the end of the day, and that's what I'm most looking forward to.
We're just out here trying to raise donations, and it's a great experience. Yeah, just happy to be part of something a little bit bigger than myself.
How you feel?
Oh, I feel light. I feel light. And the stash, is, a little something just to keep the smiles around, but really, there's a lot of people that are courageous enough. They have to fight this. It's real life, and I'm just happy to be able to help out in any little way that I possibly can, and just happy for this opportunity to be here.
To see all the support for St. Baldrick's, the amazing things that they're doing with cancer research, that's the most important part, is to raise awareness and to do good in the community.
We're so excited to team up with the Sac Republic again this September in honor of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Go Republic!
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
And it's all turning up goals. Oh, the audacity! Early fireworks at Wild Horse Pass. Welcome to Tampa Bay. And he drills it. Wow! What a goal!
It's time for some halftime entertainment. It's time for Rayleigh's shopping cart shootout. He's back. We want to get out some gift cards for Rayleigh's. We're down here with our contestant Alberto. Alberto, here's how this works. We got shopping carts hitting the ball. You got to get the balls over those shopping carts or through. All it's got to do is in the back of the net. We're going to be 5 spots. The first shot is $10. Second spot is $25. Third spot is $50. Fourth is $100. If you get that fifth spot, it's $200.
Welcome back inside Hard Health Park. Republic lights locked up at 1 here at the break, as this has been a pretty good contest, and the kids are loving what they're seeing so far between these two sides. Let's go around the league, shall we? News and notes. USL Championship view from the top. Louisville still unbeaten, and they are just showing time and time again they are one of the premier clubs throughout the league. And Detroit City, I've been quite impressed with their run so far, coming out of gates of the expansion side.
Yeah, one of my old assistant coaches for the Timbers, Trevor James, in charge there. He's been there a while, and they're doing really, really well.
Exciting to see. Well, look at that USL Championship now in the video game world. I mean, PlayStation, Xbox, Windows. I think you could play as the Republic now. Pretty fun.
Yeah, I haven't played a video game in a long time.
I know. Are they still on Game Boy? I didn't see Game Boy on there.
Game Boys there.
Okay.
Wii's, is that the
Switch. I think it's called a Switch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's our team of the week, and Forbes on there. Canardo having a fantastic season. tied with assists with Danny Trejo in the league. He had 2, I believe, last week. So they've got some really good players on that list. Sacramento hoping to maybe get on this one here. Dan Casey making a good case. Let's go around and see what we've got coming up for USL on ESPN. A whole slate of games throughout the season. Here's the next couple of weeks and what it looks like. Rising Tampa Bay could be a good one on ESPN2 on May 15th, and an ESPN Deportes will have Monterey Bay and San Antonio on June 11th. San Antonio will be here on June 4th, the week before that.
Yeah, they're looking dangerous. Former player Mitch Tainter's leading the charge at the back there for them, and I'm sure he's excited to come back here.
Bet he is. And after the way things ended,
yeah.
A little bit of a tussle toward the end, and controversial to say the least. I think this will be a lively match between San Antonio and Republic on June 4th here at Hart Health Park. Kids are excited. We've seen 2 goals. Think they want more for Republic, though. Hopefully we'll get them in the second half of action. Before we do that, we'll have our highlights and stats at the break. That's right after this.
This is the look of a little girl with big dreams, but only one last hope. A girl whose organs were shutting down as she was growing up. A girl who finally found her spotlight when she found her specialist. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012, because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. A woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
Modelo at the break, tied at 1. Sacramento, Las Vegas here at Hart Health Park on a windy night in Northern California. Started at 71 degrees, but that wind still kicking about 15 miles per hour and bringing the chill a little bit. Sacramento will head into the wind this time, or with the wind, I should say, and Las Vegas will go into it. Early on, Sacramento, Las Vegas. This Vegas team, we knew they're going to be aggressive on that front foot. Danny Trejo already keeping Dan Casey and Lee Desmond on their toes. Plays this one perfectly, and Lee Desmond able to get back, but Molina inches away from the game's first, the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, those two combining, Trejo, Molina. We saw plenty more of that, but again, 7th minute Sacramento. They try and respond, and what a great chance that was for Zico Lewis. It's tough when his body shape was where it was at, but Romero gets down low, pushes it out wide safely for a corner kick.
MLS veteran goalkeeper there, and he's able to punch that one away. Here's just where Sacramento maybe fell asleep a little bit. Danny Trejo splitting the defense, getting through. Molina just peeling off perfectly and gets the rebound from Vidiello's denial, and it's 1-0 visitors, 17 minutes in.
And it's a good save by Vitiello, but he'll be disappointed that he didn't get enough on there. Either keep it closer or push it further out. And Jack Gurr getting down that right-hand side. The combination between Zico Lewis and Roro here is great, but Declan Keenan showing his experience, just knowing where to be. You don't have to be the fastest to put yourself in the right spot.
6-corner kick for Sacramento would pay off well. Dan Casey ties it up. Romero slapped it forward in a toe poke, and we are locked at 1 after 50 minutes of play in that first half. Here we are, Sacramento again. The shots have been there. Shots on target have been there. It's been the story throughout the 2022 season for this Republic side. The conversion rate is something Mark Briggs wants to get a little bit better as they move on. But they're getting the opportunities, and that's the most important thing here, and we're seeing it again tonight.
It is, and if they can continue this trend in the second half, I have no doubt they'll add to that top stat there, the one that matters, the goals.
And Sacramento have been perfect at home. 3 league wins here tonight. They've been able to find 2 U.S. Open Cup victories in this place as well. And they're going against a Las Vegas Lights team that has surprised the USL Championship in this early part of the year. And Danny Trejo has been a big reason for that. 6 goals, 4 assists, nearly had another one in that first half of play. Molina got the rebound, and so their first goal comes with his first goal on the season. And the El Salvadorian will try to get this club riled up again. Molina's been really a dangerous threat for Las Vegas tonight, paired with Trejo and Duroma. But it's been Zico Lewis on the other men. Luther Archimed, Rodrigo Lopez, that trio has looked fantastic as well. Really love the way that we saw Zico Lewis come out and be aggressive, starting to feel like maybe he's fitting in with this club. He's maybe found a place here where still trying to get settled into those early few weeks of the season. Second half begins, tied at 1, Molina and Casey with goals. Adam Moffat, Rob McAllister with you here. This ball's played forward. Luis Felipe with a step. Viader, Spaniard plays it back. Looks like no changes for either side here. Okay, now Sacramento into the win that first half of play, now coming with the win. How does that change maybe what they do, or maybe if they try to do anything differently?
Yeah, I think it'd been a little more direct when you have that wind, you know, hitting feet a little more. That ball's not going to hang up in the wind, and so I think we'll see that. And what we'll also see this second half with, obviously with Nick Ross's departure, Emil Cuello is going to take up that right-hand side. So you'll see Zico Lewis in the middle more. Rodrigo Lopez will drop a little deeper right next to Luis Felipe, but this is the man you want to get on the ball. We've seen how dangerous he can be so far.
Bit heavy, Duke Lacroix using his pace to be able to get there. Send the ball right back into the mix, centers this one to Rodrigo Lopez and Luis Felipe.
That would have been a bit heavy for most people, but Duke Lacroix, no.
Well, with the shaved head, maybe a little less drag.
There,
yeah,
yes. You might be right.
There's no doubt Duke Lacroix, one of the peaciest players in the Western Conference, and on that left side.
Well, we saw the reaction from the crowd when Zico Lewis played that pass. It was like, oh, it was too. It was a groan, and then Duke Lacroix was like, it's okay, I've got it.
I got it.
For most of us in the stand, yes, we would not have got near that.
It's nice to have a luxury like that as a player when you make a mistake and you know a guy's pace is probably going to bail you out. Cuello, who came on as a substitute for Nick Ross in the middle of the first half, as Ross went out with an injury. And Cuello came to this club halfway through last year on loan, kind of a loan trade that sent Mitch Tainter to San Antonio, and Cuello coming here from Texas. Did score 1 goal into the season with 2 goals and 3 assists. And was excited to come back. Felt like he had a lot more to prove and a lot to give to this club. Can be very dangerous tucking in. Look at Archimed, a very direct pass. Exactly what you said would happen for the Sacramento club. We saw from Jack Gurr, who is not afraid at all to strike from distance, to send one up to his strikers as well. We saw exactly that here from Gurr on that right side. Barishaw. Duroma, and it's Desmond into the middle desk here. Quick throw, Republic. Here's Rodrigo Lopez, 2 goals on this season, both PKs. He is 2-time team of the week. Cuello, just outside the 18 centers. This one lays it off. Here's a chance for Zico, and not able to get there in time. Archimed with a good idea to turn that ball back. Las Vegas was able to get there just a step before Zico Lewis was able to get a good shot on frame. This crowd loves Luka Archimed's hustle, don't they? And Rodrigo Lopez making his 300th professional appearance, and he credits his father for, he says, being a father nowadays, he understands what it's like for a parent to have to give so much extra after a long day's of work. He said he can't remember how many times his dad would come home. He never even thought about his dad being tired after working a long day, and would play soccer with him, would take him to the park, work on skills. He would take him to his amateur games on the weekends. It was always around a soccer ball, and as they got older, his parents would then drive him from Santa Barbara down to Ventura so he could play in a more competitive league, an hour each way, and just an incredible commitment from his parents. It's the reason why Roro says he's able to play these many games for these many years, MLS, USL, La Liga, Liga MX. I mean, it's been the whole host, and he really credits his parents for setting up that opportunity for him to play. Here's Duke McQuaw trying to keep up on his feet. Back to Felipe. Out wide it goes from Casey to Gurr. Gurr's going to whip this ball back here, looking for Zico Lewis. Off the head of Leon. And Biershaw will get to it. And out of play.
Yeah, and going back to that with Roro Lopez, and it is for any parents out there who have young kids who love playing soccer, you can be their biggest asset, right? You support, and similar to my story, my parents were constantly supporting me, whatever I needed, being present for them, and you never know what's going to happen. Could be out here right now, tonight, or talking up here like I am. So it's great to see the reward, not only of for him, but for his parents as well.
And you clearly see a love for the game that Roro had from a very young age. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't be making the long trek. He said he's very grateful, and of course Roro has kids of his own now. We've seen them out at Republic matches during training.
Yep.
His eldest is maybe a ball boy. I think he's kind of in the mix trying to work his way, and it's great to see him, and to have an opportunity for his kids to get some up-close professional experience at such a young age is going to be really invaluable as they get older. So congratulations to Rodrigo Lopez on his 300th professional appearance. Here's Duke Lacroix. Duke Lacroix, look at this turn, just showing the pace here tonight, not able to stay with it as Biershaw not able to keep it at his feet. So Sacramento Republic will get this throw from Villader. Cuello, look at Gurr, a little underlap. Cuello right back into the 18 it comes, waiting for Zico Lewis and Archimed. And Zico was just on top of the box, making that deep late run. Archimed was there as well. Here's Felipe, will win this ball back, and Dan Casey sends it about 70 yards.
Taking no chances right there. Dan Casey going right through that ball, but it was a good recovery by Lara. It looked like Emil Cuello was getting through on goal. As you see right here, he's good combination. Zico Lewis, Emil Cuello, Jack Gurr actually, and Emil Cuello, but great recovery by Lara. Just gets his foot in, gets his body in there, and it's the opportunity's gone for the Republic.
Republic really good at home, dominating. 15 goals scored, 5 allowed in US and Open Cup play so far, and they have now over 100 shots and have allowed just around 40. So I mean, the disparity here at home has been quite notable for this Republic side.
I think what Mark Briggs will want to see at some point, obviously getting the results is great, but yet to see a clean sheet at home through those league games, those first 3, and now this is the 4th, and they've already given up a goal. So
here comes the cross in, waiting for Villader. Here's Luis Felipe, gets a left foot to it, going to maybe give this one low. A deflection, Archimed, a big save by Tomas Romero. An unbelievable effort by Archimed, an even greater one by Romero, and it stays 1-1.
What an effort that was by Luther Archimed. Big boy, takes a lot to get that body up, and the acrobatics right there. And once again, it comes from Jack Gurr creating it. Luis Felipe gets a good strike on it. Roro lets it go. And good save by Romero. It was off the left foot, Archimed.
This one's down low. Roro to his feet. He'll keep possession. Quickly back to Roro. Lopez tracking near the end line. Will try to keep this in play and does. Roro being hounded, whips this ball in. Somehow Lee Desmond's catch a foot. Now it's to Archimed. Archimed has it poked away by Crisostoma. Viadair with a bit of room. Going to put this back corner. Just off the mark. Viadair with an unbelievable look. It would have been absolutely spectacular. And the youngster from Spain has given Mark Briggs a reason to keep him in the lineup, and it's exactly this type of skill you just can't teach Adam Moffat.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he's crossing that there a little bit too much. It's a good save by Romero.
Dan Casey goes low, and Romero doesn't have to make a play on that one. But Tomas Romero has been tested here tonight. There's no doubt about it. And another great opportunity from Sacramento on a set piece. They've been dangerous from these corners tonight.
That's the 4th time we've seen that ball reach Dan Casey, and it's really tough running away from goal and trying to redirect that one. But what a start. What a first 10 minutes to this second half of the Republic. This is where you have to capitalize on this. The momentum's with them. They've got all the pressure going. Can the goals come?
Interesting when you look at this Lights team, and early on when we saw that week 2 win over Phoenix, early on it was Danny Trejo to get that first goal in the 12th minute, and all of a sudden things almost flipped league-wide, and it said, wow, this is actually a team to be taken seriously. Either Phoenix is really bad or the Lights have a real chance. And then week after week they've proven that they have come to play. They've beaten some really big teams. Phoenix, El Paso, Charleston, and Pittsburgh now, all 4 victories. These are no teams that are slouches, all playoff teams a year ago. They're trying to do the same against Sacramento. Meanwhile, the Republic have had the better second half, but Danny Trejo is only one good strike away from taking the lead once again. Trejo with the left foot just tries to sneak it far post, and Vidiello will watch it go by. Not afraid to shoot from distance, not afraid to continue to dribble deep into the box. It's probably what makes him so dangerous and hard to defend. It
is. He's so crafty. You see there, it's almost out of nothing, the way he just cuts Luis Felipe and drives towards that back line of Sacramento.
Dan Casey, we've seen this before. Will it play out again like it did last time with a goal? A shot by Villader and a save by Romero. Last time it was against Orange County, and Dan Casey just put it on a dime, and Villader was able to get the goal in Orange County this time just a little bit later, and Romero was able to recover and keep this at tied at 1. We did not see that from Dan Casey a season ago. This is something he has clearly added to his arsenal from that back line. Maybe as the players that will run with him, but there's something special with Villader and Dan Casey and the way that they're connecting from that deep to front line. Cuello now has numbers in front of him. Cuello gonna give a little bit of a hesitation step, comes right to his back. And now he's working, trying to keep this possession. Now comes Las Vegas, selling all the way out as Luis Felipe. No call coming from Brad Jensen. Quickly from Molina to DeRoma. Almaguer playing it forward. Las Vegas running downhill here, looking for a space. Here's Molina, already has a goal here this afternoon. Looking to his right, going to cut back to his left as Lacroix goes down. Back centrally it goes again, waiting for a hesitation. Here's Quezada, and Quezada not able to sneak it past Vidiello, but it will be a corner kick for Las Vegas.
Just like that, the Lights, they've scored 14 goals in their opening matches, and that's why they can create something out of nothing. Molina tries to square up. Duke Lacroix comes out to Quezada at the top of the box, and it's a good save by Vidiello on the end. I don't know if it's hitting the crossbar, if it's going in, but can't take any chances as the goalie.
Romero and Vidiello being tested here in Las Vegas so quick. Back post, out comes Vidiello, punching this one away. Las Vegas still has this bouncing around in the 18, and out will go Lara. Deep ball looking for Molino again. This will be Archimed pushing him into the corner, trying to win the ball back. Last touch by Las Vegas and a throw. Good job by your striker coming all the way back in here to make a play on the ball.
Yeah, and that's why, as you mentioned earlier, the fans appreciate the effort that he puts in every single minute he's on the field, Luther Archimed.
Well, hot off the press, grab the latest threads from the Republic Team Store. Shop hoodies, t-shirts, headwear, and more. And get you looking right for the 2022 season. Visit the shop online or here when you're at the match. An hour gone by, 60 minutes nearly on the clock, and you have a 1-1 match here. Both teams have shown some promise and some good looks. Goalkeepers have come up big. Roro, nifty move from the veteran, out to Gurr. Las Vegas looking to overplay a little bit. Look at this ball, Archimed finding it at his feet just below him. He's gonna have to spend it back to Zico. Zico Lewis is undercut. No foul coming. And Brad Jensen will allow Las Vegas to turn this corner. Dan Casey comes a bit aggressive. Dan Casey's now gonna get back. Trejo battling, and Casey able to recover and play this ball out for a throw. And a big collision just beyond the circle. It looks like Jack Gurr will be slow to get up. As is Almaguer. Counter, and the pace of this is just so much quicker tonight.
Yeah, you see it looked a little awkward, this collision there. I don't know if Gurr slides, but it almost looks like he leads with both feet there. It didn't look like too many complaints. I think maybe he lost his footing, but
yeah, we've had a couple of ankle injuries. You know, Douglas Martinez, we had Mario Panagos, who was out for a couple of weeks. Crisostomo in that midfield, and Danny getting a chance after he felt like maybe his career was over with Orange County, and in 2020 they let him go after the season. Didn't know if he had a future in soccer. Las Vegas took a chance with him and had an opportunity with the lights, played well enough, got the attention of Bob Bradley and LAFC. And in August of that year, gets the call up to MLS. He's absolutely ecstatic, takes his family out to dinner. He's from the LA area, and he presents them with an LAFC jersey, and it was just instant tears for the Crisostomo family, and just a great story. And getting that call up and playing those first minutes at MLS after working so hard, after yearly, just 6 months before you're about to give up on your dream.
yeah, it's great. It's great to hear those stories, you know, and it's getting that second opportunity for Crisostomo. And he's been creating so many opportunities for the Vegas Lights this year, and he's been a big key to their success so far. And once you get that second chance, you just try a lot harder, you know, because you know not many people get it. So credit to him, and that's a great story to hear.
Do you remember your first big call up when you went to MLS?
It's a similar story for me. It was, you know, the fact that I'm over in the US was I was given that second opportunity. I almost felt like my career was done in Scotland, and got a phone call to come to Cleveland, Ohio, of all places. I only knew of LeBron James. That's the only thing I knew about Cleveland at that point. This was 2007, and it was then spotted by the late, great Ziggy Schmidt. And then
the rest is history.
The rest is history. Went on. 2 years later, I was an MLS Cup champion. So, yeah, if you get that second chance, you relish every moment of it. So, all the best to him as he continues his career.
It's interesting in sports, and all it takes is just one opportunity, one moment, and your whole life can change. And for the Lights, you're seeing some players who are being shown on the big stage here. Lee Desmond's going to back heel this one to Duke Lacroix. The pressure a little bit now coming from Las Vegas. We didn't see a lot of this press, and now we're seeing a bit more of it as Bierschalt, they're right back, putting on some here tonight. So looks like we'll have a substitution, and it'll be Christopher Jaime who comes into Almaguer. Well, now a word from our sponsor at the Office of Traffic Safety.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
Las Vegas. Good step here from Rodrigo Lopez. Crisostomo, the 25-year-old who grew up in Southern California but was born in San Francisco, back in Northern California, and hoping to put a stamp on this one. Las Vegas maybe trying to hold possession a little bit more here. They really saw Sacramento dominate those first 10 minutes out of the break.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes, a little slower pace. Vegas trying to move that ball around. They didn't like the control the Republic had, but it's an opportunity. Dami Villader's made a good run forward, and then Duke Lacroix. And that's the interchange those two have.
Heavy challenge coming from Jaime, who just checked in. Here's a chance from Luke Lacroix running that back post. Was Luther Archimed, and a good stop coming from Romero in the lights. DeRoma looking to counter Trejo. Switch the field here. So Christopher Jaime out of San Diego, an 18-year-old who had 16 appearances with this Lights team a year ago. He is an LAFC Academy player, on as a substitute. And the first for Las Vegas.
Tough. Yeah, they switched that one up, but those two will be going at it all night. It's Archimed, Dekel Keenan. It's a great run by Archimed, right in behind the shoulder of Lara, and Dekel Keenan covering.
And you are right, Leon did receive the yellow card. They did change that, so even the announcement here was for Dekel. It was for Leon. The 2 for Las Vegas. This one's going to come in sharply. Down goes Bierschall. Romero is going to punch this one away with 2 fists. And last touch, and they're going to say the ball was over the line, so it will be a goal kick here. I don't know about that. On the north end stands, they're having a bit of discussion with referee Brad Jensen.
Yeah, I think the goalie's a little overprotected.
And how about this? Rafa Hadegi into the Academy player who is but Rafa, the youngest, and now to move up in the standings. They've played fewer games than. So how does he impact here tonight?
He's playing against boys who aren't that much older than him.
His dad, 20 years difference.
His granddad, no,
Yeah.
But yeah, so you gotta, as we mentioned, who knows where that'll lead.
Mexico, who are the United, who have struggled. Sacramento, their only win, or last year was the last win for 2022 season, after being one of the best teams. Came into the match about 5 minutes ago. And a Monterey Bay home opener, and they're line showing a bit of skill here, gets it out to the corner to Gurr. Unable to get past.
Play by Rafa. With his weaker right foot.
Trejo. Back to Villader. Plays into the deep corner. And Hadegi playing this one. Cuello looking up to get to it. And Bierschall and DeRoma looking to counter here as Jaime. Just a non-stop, well-oiled machine here. This Las Vegas Lights team has been going to play this over the top, looking for their chance for Trejo. Trejo and Lee Desmond going at it. Battles it up. This one's just going to ping pong all the way around, almost like a volleyball match on this side of the pitch here. And now the pace of Villader being tested as Leon looking to turn the corner. Unable to do something with it on the end. And Villader, a little bit of trouble here. He's going to play this ball back up. And while Trejo has been simply fantastic for this Lights team. It's been a combination along with Kyle Jennings that has made them so dangerous. And in that wacky 9-goal game against El Paso in Texas earlier this year, either Jennings or Trejo were involved in every single goal in the 5-4 win over the Locomotive. And the duo have scored 9 of the 14 goals this club has scored this year.
It was a big loss for them tonight, Cal Jennings, and you'd imagine it might see him getting on the bench for LAFC tomorrow night. And he had a great year last year as well. Despite the lack of success for Vegas Lights, you could tell he was a guy who was it's a good run by Quayle.
And ball popped up, handball, so a set piece coming for Sacramento. So playing with this time, Rodrigo Lopez had to battle into it a little bit further out as Tomas Romero has been peppered. 9 shots on goal tonight for Sacramento. But we are tied at 1.
Keep an eye out for Dan Casey. The ball seems to be finding him a lot in the box tonight, and Aurora will be looking for him once more here with this free kick.
And Vegas may have been shown yellow there. We'll wait for the official word to see who may receive that yellow. It might have been Jaime. Here's Rodrigo Lopez from distance, right towards Romero, a double punch away. And now Las Vegas will sprint upfield and try to play this ball into some space for Trejo. Well, select the matches you want with the new Flex Pack. Choose how you use the vouchers, whether you want to bring 2 people out to 4 matches or 8 to 1. The choice is yours. SacRepublicFC.com/FlexPack, starting at $150 for 8 tickets. Molina and Casey with goals tonight, 1-1. Both scored in the first half. Sacramento has had the better chances here in the second half of play, but as Mark Briggs has shown, he said there's a bit of frustration with that. He said, you know, we've continued to create opportunities, but we're not putting them away. And their 14% conversion rate, while very low, it does point to how many chances they're creating, which are one of the best in the league. So you have to look at maybe the law of averages and hoping this whole thing evens out at some point for this Republic side. Meanwhile, another dangerous threat comes into the match for this Light side, and Christian Torres, the 18-year-old who made 25 appearances a season ago. And Frank DeRoma is out. And Iskandarian is also into this match. A 20-year-old out of Los Angeles, attended a training camp for the U20 Armenian Youth National Team in March 22. And now he is on a USL Academy contract, but getting a great opportunity with the Lights against this Sacramento side, someone who has not had a lot of opportunities so far this year. In the middle of the park, Hadagi. Back to Quayle, to Roro. Quick touch, Gurr. Gurr just on the outside, can't bring it down. So Christian Torres likely be a good opportunity up top with Danny Trejo, as Jack Gurr is down after the collision and wanted to show the referee Brad Jensen there was maybe an elbow that was thrown his way, and was hoping for more of a call. So Christian Torres into this match. He had 3 goals last year, but this is a guy who really burst on the scene for this LAFC team, as he was the first homegrown contract to take the field in MLS games. Scored against Portland in stoppage time to a 1-1 match. ultimately led Bob Bradley to say, hey, look, this is a guy who may be our future here. Gets a look and becomes the youngest player to ever start an MLS playoff game. At 16 years, 223 days old. The previous holder was a guy you know, as the U.S. men's national team, Josie Altidore, who at the time played with the Red Bulls. He was 16, 349 days. So Christian Torres is someone you probably don't want to keep your eye on. Just 18 years of age, playing with the Las Vegas Lights tonight, but has had some opportunities with Steve Cherundolo's side in LAFC as well.
It's good for a lot of those boys, obviously. Last year getting to play a little under Steve Cherundolo, so that gives them a little familiarity. So if they're ready to make that next step, it's not a new coach they have to impress. It's someone that they've already shown that they're ready for that next step.
Bierschall holding his lower back as both sides come together on that touchline in front of the fourth officials. And Bierschall will be held for a moment to be humps back in. Dan Casey, the goal tonight, has an assist on this year as well. Here's Luis Felipe, 5 goals a season ago. The team defensive and offensive, or really the team MVP, a guy who we know has a lot of talent. Play with San Jose in the Earthquake system, play with Reno 1868 for a couple of seasons. And when Todd Donovan asked about Luis Felipe, San Jose had nothing but great things to say about him. And a great pickup for Sacramento now in his second year. Felipe trying to slay this one up forward, and able to get a foot on was Christian Torres. And Lee Desmond has been the starter since day one in that the back line for this Republic side. And when asked why did he make the change coming from Ireland, he said, you know, in Ireland it became a little bit repetitive. You saw a team 3 and 4 times a year, and he said he wanted to change things up. He wanted to come to the United States, see what he could do here. He said the biggest adjustment, really not the home life and outside of it, it's just been the athleticism and strength of the strikers. He said a little bit grittier maybe in Ireland, but the athleticism here is really second to none, and he really takes it as a challenge. And I think going against Archimed and Douglas Martinez in practice, it really helps him prepare for many of the strikers that he'll see throughout this USL Championship season.
Yeah, and similar to myself, when I came over to the US, there's so many different influences. In Ireland and Scotland, you know, it's mostly Irish or Scottish. You know, get some English in there, couple foreigners, Europeans, but it's a new challenge. It's a new way of playing. You learn so many things, and it's such a fun experience. And it seems like he's fitting in so well, Lee Desmond.
And he said he's not even at his full strength yet. He said he can't wait to really get his legs under. He said his body isn't 100% yet. He said he feels like he's not quite there because of the issues he had trying to get the visa. Even though he signed in December, it took all the way until the week before to get clearance. He had to fly to Poland in the midst of what was happening in Ukraine. He said it was really humbling seeing people who are trying to escape with their lives, and here he is flying to Poland to get a visa so he could play soccer. He said it really put a lot in perspective, but he was grateful to come back, got just a few days of training before he was able to step on the field. Here's Archimed with an opportunity. Going up high is Dekel Keenan to block this, and Lights have just able to scrape away another strong defensive play on a good look from Sacramento. Lacroix, Torres tracking him.
Jack Gurr said, just give me the ball again. He's creating so many good opportunities to get the ball in the box on that right-hand side. I think we maybe see a little bit more on this left-hand side. Duke Lacroix, Dami Villader.
Lacroix waiting for it. Here comes help from Las Vegas, peeling off, looking for Roro. Roro will take a step back, plays it back out wide for Jack Gurr. Crowd starting to get into it here at Hart Health Park, trying to will this Republic team to a late goal in the second half. This ball's floated up high, looking for Duke Lacroix. Off the shoulder, Archimed can't hang on to it, and it's just off his right shoulder. And the flag goes up. Maybe Gurr was out of bounds. And so a goal kick here for Las Vegas Lights.
Calling that one offside. I think Jack Gurr As Archimed makes that contact, flicks it on a tiny little bit, Jack Gurr was almost off the field. So yes, he would have been offside. But promising again, it's a lot of momentum shifting in the way of Sacramento. They've got 10 minutes left, and we spoke about it before the match. This team has great resolve. They've shown a great attitude, a togetherness. They have 10 minutes to go out and prove that they can get another goal. Here was Archimed.
Archimed going right at Deco Kane, and Deco Kane able to send this ball back to Romero. And a couple of substitutions will be coming for Sacramento at the next opportunity. There's Duke Lacroix, 2 U.S. Open Cup goals on the season, has a game-winning goal here at home a couple of weeks ago. Gurr going to slide this ball right toward the middle of the box here. Cleared away again by Las Vegas, but Sacramento continues to create opportunities and chances for themselves. A good step going foot to foot. Lacroix will get right back up on his feet. Broken up again by Las Vegas. He's really starting to pack this in. Coelho looking for Archimed. 2 defenders come to meet him, and clearing it away is Torres. And substitutions here for Sacramento if they're ready. And Coelho will look to get it done quickly. Coelho back to it, to his left foot, his stronger dominant foot's going to cut this right back to Villadere. Villadere not ready for it. Roro able to pick up the mistake from Trejo. And this ball's flipped right back toward the center of the park. Felipe awaits for it, heads it down. Roro bouncing around. Here's Hadegi. Hadegi! Would have been spectacular from the 17-year-old. Here's 2 substitutions for Mark Briggs. It's Keko.
What a touch that was by Rafa. The ball just kind of bobbles around and he just flicks it up, and he does a lot of that at practice. You know, if you ever go out to practice and see him, he's got that in his locker, and he might be disappointed he hasn't scored there, but not bad for a 17-year-old.
Keko into the match for Luther Archimed. And Connor Donovan, who had a goal against Rio Grande Valley, into the match for Villadere. So Casey, Desmond, and Donovan all in this match. You might likely see a 3 in the back for this Republic side, with Gurr and Lacroix running those left and right flanks. This pushes Keko, Coelho, and Hadegi up top, probably keeping Lopez underneath. But a bit of a change here for Mark Briggs' side, as maybe wants more in the attack. He's going for the win. He wants 3 points.
It does, and it's a little bit different for Declan Keenan in that back line of the Vegas Lights, because Archimed's gone, and he kind of suits the way Deco plays, you know, the physical. He loves the challenges and stuff like that, but now he's got to keep an eye on Keko, his movement. Emil Coelho, where's he at? Duke Lacroix is going to be further up there, so it's going to be an interesting last 5 minutes here, plus stoppage time.
It's like salmon swimming up a stream in all kind of different directions, jumping at you in different ways. And Sacramento get a goal here late.
Because for Sacramento, there is no out-and-out striker. There's no real forward on the field, so they've got to create those opportunities somehow, and it's getting those crafty guys on the ball that will do that.
Douglas Martinez out with an ankle injury. Malik Foster still rehabbing, but getting back soon. He's on the field, and he's been getting closer. So that will change quite a bit. Now when you have 3 strikers healthy, and what Mark Briggs is able to do, and you had Archimed, you had Martinez starting for the first time side by side a week ago. But Dougie unable to keep it going and wasn't fully fit for the start of this match. They're going to hold him out, and hopefully he's ready again. Here's Torres with a quick step. Dan Casey coming to it, and Dan Casey may have taken one to the face. And just a physical player. Look at Lee Desmond keeping this one around. Coelho gets a foot to it. Coelho using his body. Coelho flying forward. It's got Hadegi to his right. Going to play it through. It's broken up for a moment by Lara. And Keko now turning the corner. Keko plays it back. Hadegi again, deflection by Lights, and they are able to stave off another pursuit by this Republic team. Here's Dan Casey, right in the gut of Romero. It's a goalkeeper. Those can be a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, a lot more height on that by Dan Casey, and it really is troubling Romero because you don't expect that coming from there. But Sacramento starting to pile on the pressure. You can feel it coming here. The fans sense it as well. They feel like the opportunities are coming here. Sacramento, can they take one?
Antonio Leon and Vidiello, who's had a very quiet second half of play. And they'll play this back out quickly to Felipe. So Connor Donovan comes in as a sub, and interesting as a substitute as a center back. And here is Connor, who's really probably brought in, thought he would be a starter, one of the best defenders in all USL. Meanwhile, here's Keko. Keko denied just outside the 18, back for Gurr and company. This one takes a deflection. But Connor Donovan playing with Oklahoma last couple of seasons. Captain there in a 2021, 120 clearances, 40 blocks. This is one of your best center defenders in all of USL Championship, and he's coming off the bench right now. Really an injury to start the season what slowed him, so he's putting pressure on Casey and Desmond each and every day for a starting position. Played in the corner by Roro. Waiting for it is Keko. This ball's driven hard. A good heading deflection by Las Vegas. And a misplay again. The crowd likes it as Keko will throw this ball in quickly.
I like the urgency from Keko. Get the ball back in. These Vegas players are tired. Keep going if you're Sacramento. Get the ball at the feet of Rodrigo Lopez. Get it to Keko. Rafael Rigi.
Little combination back to Roro. Roro trying to skirt his way through. Deflection. Here's Hadegi again. And it'll be Romero go to ground. Long bus drive from Los Angeles. Now this is a team that trains with the first team many of the weeks. So they decided to take the trip about 6 hours, a little bit different than a flight, but sometimes you're spending more time flying and driving. You might as well just drive up the way, and it's decided what this Las Vegas time would do to get to the game here. And they'll have another substitution made here late as Las Vegas, I think, would be just fine enough to get a draw here on the road against a Republic side who has been clearly one of the best at home in the USL Championship. And now Bruce El Mari will come into this match here for Danny Trejo. And the 19-year-old out of Cancun, Mexico. See if he can put his stamp on and get this team a late victory on the road. Good job by Connor Donovan defending Christian Torres there. El Mesmari, really only a half season, made his USL debut in last July in a win over Orange County and went on to make 17 appearances the rest of the way. Holding down one of those spots, coming on as a substitute tonight. This ball's played right into some space. Can Gurr get there? Gurr's going to try to track it down before the boards and is unable to. So a goal kick here as we reach the 90th minute in Sacramento, tied at 1. Both goals coming in the first half of action. It was Molina early in the 17th, and then Dan Casey off a set piece as Romero punched it forward. It was waiting about the line on the 6-yard box. And that is where we stand. Nearly 2 full halves in.
I'd love to see the data. Every player out here is getting tracked. How many miles they've run, how many sprints they've done. I'd love to see Jack Gurr's, those two. The amount of miles covered, you're probably looking at 8 miles, both of them. I mean, it's incredible. It just shows you how tough it is to be an athlete. But you just saw that last run by Jack Gurr. He run 60, 70 yards, didn't get the ball, and he runs back in.
I think we're about -2 this point in time.
Between us. That's 5 minutes being added. That's enough time to get a goal. That definitely is.
These stoppage time minutes brought to you by Rayleigh Something Extra Rewards Program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com.
One thing we haven't seen for the Republic, which we have in the previous 3 home matches, you know what that is?
A PK.
A penalty kick.
Well, yes. Straight up, Sacramento 3 PKs converted last year. Already this year, 4 PKs converted for Sacramento.
Yeah, and again, that is a credit to the attacking mindset they have this year. It's been in and around the box. That's how you get penalty kicks. You're not just handed them. So getting in those positions more often typically equates to more penalty kicks.
Cuello waiting for it just beyond the 6. Las Vegas, that back line. And Tomas Romero been tested all evening on. Virgil, Lara, Keenan, and Leon have come to the answer when called upon. Here's Rodrigo Lopez. Out swinging ball, up goes Cuello! Just over the crossbar. Inches away from a game winner late. And Cuello showing some hops there. What a perfectly placed ball from Rodrigo Lopez.
You can see the frustration on Emil Cuello's face. That was the chance. That was it. That was the winning goal right there. And he's got up, timed it perfectly. Just got way too much on that header.
And you can look at the reaction from Tomas Romero after. He knew it. That was
relieved at that one. And great timing by Emil Cuello, but he's going to be disappointed if the team don't find another goal. I know that one will be eating at him all night. He's had a good impact since he's come in, though, Emil Cuello. It's good to see him getting this extended time after that little injury had kept him out.
Now, especially as came in earlier than probably would have assumed with Nick Ross going out with an injury early in the first half of play. And Sacramento will be back in USL Cup match as well on May 11th as they're going to take on the Phoenix Rising. They've never faced Phoenix in the Open Cup rounds. And Roro with a PK goal in US Open Cup play as well. Sending the team on late here against Central Valley El Fuego.
94th minute. So we haven't even got there yet.
Still plenty of time. Cuello flying forward. Cuello! It's denied by Deckel Kanan. And Deckel is fired up there. But Sacramento not done. Still has possession. Hadegay back to Felipe. Plenty of room. 21 shots for Sacramento on the evening. Cuello showing a bit of trickery. Cuello's going to go for it again. Denied at the line. Lopez out to Casey, who has the lone goal for Sacramento. Right back to Roro into a bit of a space here. Cuello gets it. Keko now. Keko looking for just a bit of room. And Lee Desmond wasn't waiting for it. He came up, but look at this. Everybody up for Sacramento. They're going for the victory here. Vidiello right back to Luis Felipe quickly. Felipe looked to switch the field off the head of Leon. And Las Vegas just trying to hold on for dear life here. But what a show this has been between these two sides. 10 shots on target for Sacramento, 5 for Las Vegas, 8 shots total for the Lights. Meanwhile, it's still 21 for the Republic. Can they get another one? Kerr not able to catch up to it as the wind may have taken a little bit further than expected, but still 2 minutes of play here likely in Sacramento.
And Romero taking his time, and the players will just be reminding the referee how long is it going to take him as a yellow card for Romero. Hopefully that, that adds 30 seconds, whatever Romero's taken off the clock. Might be enough time for one last look for the Republic.
A little headed. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chances. Sacramento. Last touch by Las Vegas. Quickly in. Roro. Cuello. Roro quickly back to Lacroix, trying to bring this ball down. Plays it forward. Now Jaime will send this ball to Vidiello. You know, Adam, this is not your Las Vegas Lights of yesteryear. Remember the 2018 expansion year. They bring in Chelis, the manager with quite a track record, fired multiple times by Pachuca. He comes in, only lasts 12 matches before he is let go. And of course, some wild stories involving him. Now with the affiliation with LAFC, things have become a much more solidified team as Cuello tries to cross this ball in for a corner.
Definitely a little more professionalism maybe involved, but this is it. What a chance this is. Everyone up for Republic. Danny Vitiello's at the halfway line. He's definitely not coming, but here we go.
Rodrigo Lopez crashing in, ball flails away and back again, and that will be the game. It will end on a corner kick. Sacramento gave it all they could handle. Las Vegas Lights able to stave off the consistent attack that came from the Republic all night long, and a well-earned point by the visitors. The Republic will hold on for a point as well, but man, 21 shots, tying 10, excuse me, on target for Sacramento. But yet just one goal again. Adam, I know it's frustrating, but you gotta love that you got a point. You've got a big time goal from Dan Casey tonight. This Las Vegas team is pretty good. We saw that here tonight, but Sacramento, they're creating opportunities. They're creating really good looks. They just have not gone in at the rate they're hoping.
Yeah, I think the missing Douglas Martinez tonight, the guy who came in to score those goals, and he's had a few knocks. Dan Casey was the man who did put the ball in the back of the net tonight and had a few other opportunities as well. But Mark Briggs still undefeated, but I think he'll be disappointed they don't get the 3 points here.
Dan Casey, your man of the match tonight, getting his goal in the 36th minute tonight, and that was a game-tying goal. Good effort by Dan Casey and company. Full post-game show coming up next. Republic Lights finished tied at 1.
This is the look of a boy who had no hope of walking. A boy who had his spine rebuilt before he was born. A boy who now stays on his feet and keeps mom on her toes. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
It ends in a draw for Mark Briggs' side, 1-1. Republic Lights. There's a fun one here in Sacramento tonight, no doubt about it. I mean, you had shots galore, and we don't have time to show them all to you, but we'll give you a couple of them here. Here's the first half of action. Full-time highlights, 17th minute on. Las Vegas had a good look early on, so did Sacramento, but this one here, it's a bit of a lapse, but also just an athletic move by Danny Trado. Keep this one alive, and Molina peeled off properly, and Danny Vidiello with a big one-handed save, but Molina scoring the first goal of the game. That came in the 17th minute.
Yeah, Molina was alert to that one, but Sacramento had to get back in the game, and we thought maybe it would come from a set piece, and Dan Casey is at the right place at the right time, coolly disposes of it. It comes to him quick, so great composure just to put the ball on frame, and then 54th minute. This was an acrobatic effort by Luther Archimed, but going to be tough to beat Romero tonight.
And Romero came up with time and time again with big stops, and that was one of them right there. You might find him on Save of the Week nominees after tonight. He had plenty to choose from. Villadere, this one serving in almost into that top corner. Another fantastic save. Maybe the save of the night for Tomas Romero. Republic would keep peppering Romero time and time again. Here's another opportunity. Luis Felipe heading this ball down, and Harafa Hadagi.
Just a foot over the bar. Romero, I don't think he was getting to that one. If that's just a little bit lower there, and then it kept going, the pressure kept going for the Republic, and you thought that was the moment. Emil Cuello, he'll be so disappointed. His technique is fantastic, his timing is, but does not find the back of the net.
So it ends with 24 shots. I think that's the most we've seen this season. 10 on target, but just the one goal. And we've seen it time and time again this year. Outshot their opponents, outpossessed them most of the times as well. It's right there. You've got all the ingredients for a recipe, and even though this is off to a pretty good start for Sacramento, got 11 points through 7. Not bad at all. Didn't much of the thick of things. I think they feel like they have more goals in them. I'm sure we'll see more along the way.
Yeah, I think we will. If they continue to create the opportunities they have, and again, Romero had a fantastic night. Could have been probably at least 2 goals he stopped. So,
and he's MLS goalkeeper, let's be honest. I mean, this is a guy
yeah, he's a quality goalkeeper.
Yeah. The Western Health Advantage upcoming schedule. Next one's at home. That's on Wednesday against New Mexico United. And then on Mother's Day morning, catch Adam and I, New York Red Bulls 2 as the struggling Red Bulls 2. This could be a good opportunity for Sacramento on a long road trip. And then El Paso at Oakland, so 3 on the road. It's going to be a tough May for this club. And then San Antonio right back at home to start June off. Tough stretch, especially on the road.
Yeah, it is, and I haven't told my wife about that Mother's Day game yet, so you just broke that news to me. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, yeah.
Hopefully she's turned this off, but
I think
some good games coming up for
Saturday
sure.
might be your Mother's Day celebration. Rodrigo Lopez, Luis Felipe firing him up on the Power Business Technology image of the match. This one ends in a 1-1 draw between Sacramento and Las Vegas. It was a fun, entertaining game. No doubt about that. Thanks for joining us here tonight. I want to thank our entire crew, and especially that turkey who we saw actually fly earlier tonight. Seemed like it was going to be a good sign of things to come. Matt Buller, our technical producer, Ava Ponte, our producer. Adam Moffat, I'm Rob McAllister. Thanks for tuning in tonight. It ends in 1-1, each with a point. Las Vegas getting a nice point on the road. Republic keeping their perfect home record. We'll see you on Wednesday night as New Mexico comes to town.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.